Hey guys, I wanted to make a video on the recent decision by the FCC to repeal the net neutrality rules, the net neutrality rules created by the Obama administration.
And we have a guest today. His name's Kai, and he's afraid of the vacuum.
Yeah, so he's in here. So, the latest news is that the FCC did vote 3-2 to repeal net neutrality. All three people who voted to repeal net neutrality were male and Republican, and nobody's shocked by this. But the two women on the board were also Democrats, and they voted against it. And people are like freaking out, but like, guys, there is still time. We have time to fix this. Congress does have regulatory power over organizations, corporations like the FCC. So all we have to do, and this only takes a majority vote. It doesn't take a 60 vote supermajority. This just takes a regular majority. So if we get a majority in Congress to agree that this act by the FCC is not okay, then we can just void this decision like it never happened. Also, another way how we fight back against this decision, vote Democrat in 2018. You have to vote Democrat. You have to, I don't know, do what you can now, I guess, to look up who's running for your Congress in 2018, who's Democrat, who you agree with, and you have to vote for them, because the majority of Republicans in Congress supported the FCC's decision. So we need to get them out, because this act by the FCC, at least in my mind, is unconstitutional. And if this goes to court, if this goes to the Supreme Court, I don't know with Neil Gorsuch what the Supreme Court will rule, because Anthony Kennedy is known to be a wild card. So no one really knows how he'll vote, and Neil Gorsuch is known for voting with corporations like every time he's ever had to vote for anything. So I doubt he'll vote with the people. But in my mind, this act by the FCC is unconstitutional, because freedom of speech, if you slow down or just straight up block websites, that is a violation of freedom of speech. Freedom of the press, there's the news. I get literally all my news from the internet. I don't really watch TV. I don't really have time to watch TV. So I literally get all my news from the computer. Freedom of assembly, like the Women's March started online, and the Earth Day March, and the March against net neutrality that was on December 7th, they all started online. So an argument could be made that it was also a violation of our freedom of assembly. And that's like, literally, you could make an argument for basically every single right in the Constitution from the internet. And also, the Congress can also regulate this because of the Commerce Clause. And the Commerce Clause says that Congress has the ability to regulate interstate commerce. And most interstate commerce these days happens via the internet. So if we can no longer access the internet, that means we can no longer shop. And that's bad for business, which is commerce. And like, I don't think Amazon is based where I live, so that would have to be interstate, because I have to come from somewhere else. And most shopping is done online these days, and a lot of that is interstate commerce or overseas commerce. And I also believe Congress has the power to regulate foreign trade as well. So yeah, just call your congressman, because you have to get them on board with this. We have to get a majority. Tell them to support. A senator has introduced a bill to override this decision by the FCC. Call your senators and tell them that you want them to support that. Tell your friends and tell them to call your congressman. Power in numbers, people. Power in numbers. We can't freak out about this, because the fight isn't over. The fight will never be over until we no longer have access to the internet. So vote Democrat 2016, 2018, 2016. Well, you should have done that too. But anyway, vote Democrat 2018. Call your congressman and tell them that you do not support this decision. We have an 80% approval rating with the public for net neutrality. And if all of us called Congress, no matter what, like that, they would not be able to ignore us. And if they did, well, they're about to be unseated in 2018. So remember who your Congress people are, because the majority of Republicans supported the FCC's decision. So keep that in mind and continue to resist.